A former elected prosecutor now stands to lose her law license.
In a plea deal last month, former Hall County Solicitor General Stephanie Woodard pleaded guilty to unprofessional conduct, far less than the 24 felonies she faced, accusing her of pilfering taxpayer dollars.
But that conviction was still enough to get the attention of the State Bar of Georgia. Fox 5 IT reporter Johnny Edwards covered the criminal case and learned that the State Bar has launched a process that could suspend Woodard's law license or even lead to disbarment. John.
Well, since her crime is only a misdemeanor, it may come down to a question of morals. Was it moral turpitude, as in dishonesty, betraying the public trust? Or was it just what she pled to, mere unprofessional conduct?
State ready to proceed.
A blistering criminal indictment accused her of stealing from taxpayers over and over again. But Hall County's longtime Solicitor General, Stephanie Woodard, received a light punishment. But was it so light she can still be trusted to practice law in Georgia? That's what her peers in the legal profession have to decide, says former State Bar President Lester Tate.
And so you'll see, I think, probably a tug of war between does she lose her law license or is she merely suspended for a time period?
What's certain, Woodard just had a steep fall from grace.
I'm the elected prosecutor that oversees and is responsible for the prosecution of those cases.
That's her a decade ago in a campaign video on YouTube. Here she is last month in a courtroom 3 floors up from the office she once commanded.
And are you guilty of the crime or crimes to which you're pleading guilty?
Yes, Your Honor.
Her indictment, pursued by the GBI and the State Attorney General's office, charged her with 24 felonies, accusing her of much of the same misspending brought to light in a Fox 5 I-Team investigation, raiding office funds meant to help victims and witnesses, sticking taxpayers with cremating her family dog, buying earbuds, headphones, and pillows, shopping for antiques, a prep course for a law school admission exam, and expenses at a conference on Jekyll Island, even though she'd already been reimbursed. All in all, accusing her of bilking nearly $4,200. The plea deal, 12 months probation, which she may get out of after she pays a little over $2,000 in restitution. And her criminal court records sealed. She just had to resign from office.
The court is going to accept the negotiated plea in this case.
A blogger who lives in Gwinnett County heard about Woodard's sweetheart deal through a post on X. He thought these folks at the State Bar, who license and discipline attorneys, might like to know.
I'm just trying to make good trouble. So I took the press release from the Attorney General and just copied it into a complaint and filed it.
It turned out the bar already knew, saying in an email they're proceeding with an investigation and prosecution. Tate walked us through what that means.
A crime of moral turpitude is one that's going to involve dishonesty.
If a Georgia lawyer gets convicted of a felony or a misdemeanor involving moral turpitude, the bar asks the Georgia Supreme Court to appoint a special master to hold a hearing. The special master makes a recommendation to the Supreme Court, which can go with it or make its own ruling for reprimand, suspension, disbarment, or no discipline at all.
And I expect in this case, you're going to hear the bar arguing that the Solicitor General ought to be disbarred because she was charged with and pled guilty to a crime which they will say involved moral turpitude, dishonesty. On the other hand, you're going to hear from the solicitor that this was a misdemeanor, that these were all very small amounts.
We've asked Attorney General Chris Carr to explain to us why he agreed to such a downgrading of charges against a public official, but so far there's been no response to our interview requests. Woodard's attorney told us she had no comment for the story. Russ, Courtney?
Now, you told us that part of the plea deal made her criminal record private. The public wouldn't be able to see it. But if she's disciplined by the bar, will that be a public record?
Yes, that's a very interesting aspect to this. Yes, it will be part of the Supreme Court's disciplinary docket. And right, even though the criminal records are sealed, future historians will have a paper trail. So that's something.
Yeah, and any potential future client that may want to work with her as an attorney.
Right, absolutely.
Yeah. All right. Johnny, thanks.
Thank you.